Hello, everyone. My name is Lynsie McCowan. It's good to be here today and to be practicing with you. So today's practice is going to be around this yogic concept called Spanda. Now, Spanda in its most simplest terms is this pulsation. It's the pulse or the creation of all life. So it really originates from deep within us, but it also is everywhere at once. Okay, I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about this as we move together today, but I want to be able to jump right in. So let's do this. Let's go ahead, close your eyes and place your hands on your knees. And sitting up as upright as possible, head over the pelvis if possible. And then take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then open the mouth and exhale. Let's do that one more time. So breathing in and just feeling a release through the mouth. And as you release through the mouth, this release of everything that has been clinging to you, all the external stuff. Because as we come into our yoga practice, we really want to move from the external to the internal. And perhaps in doing that, we can become more attuned to that pulse of Spanda that rests deep within us, and yet at the same time is everywhere at once, within and without. And the most primal representation of Spanda is the breath. So begin an Ujjayi breath, so breathing in and out through the nose. Just a soft aspirant breath. So slightly contracting the back of the throat. And just sensing how this wave of breath moves in and out through the nostrils. This expansion and contraction of the breath. Again, the most primal representation of Spanda, but it also represents something much greater. The pulse of all life, the connection to that wave of consciousness. So as we practice today, we'll stay attuned to the breath so that we don't lose sight of our intention and we don't lose the connection to Spanda or that pulse of life. So as we begin to move, we follow the breath first. So feel the inhale, and as you inhale, let's rock forward on the sits bones. Lift the heart, lift the chin. And then as you exhale, let's lean back. You can start to straighten the arms, hollow out the belly, chin comes to the chest. And the eyes can stay closed for this, or you can open them. But this just simple movements, the spinal flexion and extension, this pulsing of breath and movement together. We'll do a couple more rounds. And as we practice, it's important to continue to stay not just connected to the breath, but to our intention. You know, intentionality is extremely important in life. So our yoga practice teaches us to stay connected to our intention, stay connected to our breath. And in doing that, we stay connected to the pulse, the flow of life. Now, let's go ahead and move into these barrel rolls. So we're going to continue with the spinal flexion extension, but we're also going to allow some lateral movements to come in, some shoulder movements to come in. Again, keeping the breath even and smooth. And what's interesting is the yogi said that the greatest human error is not staying connected to the pulsation of life. Now let's go the other direction. The greatest human error is to not stay connected to the pulse of life. So when we feel like we are off path, sometimes all we need to do is stop and pause and breathe and be reminded, okay, I'm connected to this pulse of life. Now let's come back to center. Pause here. Take the arms to the sky, inhale. And we're going to exhale, lean up and over to the left. So your right arm sweeps up overhead, soft bend in your left elbow. Fan open the side of the ribs. And stay connected to the pulse of the breath, breathing in and out, feeling that expansion and that contraction within you, but also all around you. And then we're going to inhale, come up, and let's move up and over to the other side. Soft bend in the elbow, both elbows. The soft bend in the elbow of your right hand helps keep the elbow hugging in and a spinning of the chest to the sky. And the soft bend in the elbow above just helps you take it out of the shoulder a little bit more, and then you can breathe more deeply into that left lung. Okay, let's inhale, come up. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of breath work here. So you're going to interlace the hands. Actually, let's do it this way today. Let's take the arms wide and bring your fingers to touch the pads of your hands. Draw the arm bones back, but keep the belly hugging in so you're not arching the low back. And we're going to do Kapalabhati. Okay, this is the skull shining breath. Okay, if you're pregnant or have high blood pressure, don't do this. So let's breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. It's going to be a forceful exhale through the nose, just a passive rebounding inhale. So breathe in and begin. Let's do about 20 more rounds. You continue to go. So we're breathing forcefully out through the nose, the snapping in and up of the navel center of the belly. And we're starting to sense all around us that the inner body and the outer body is becoming more clear. And so it's a really more of a purification technique than an actual breathing technique. I know it seems like it's a breathing technique, but we're purifying the inner and the outer body. So maybe, just maybe, we have a deeper understanding, a deeper connection to Spanda. Okay, exhale out all the breath. Inhale, hook your thumbs, lift up out of the waist. Let your chin come down to your chest. You're holding the inhale, close the eyes, bring your awareness down to the heart or to the belly, either one. Let your intuition guide you, but sense that pulse within you of Spanda. Maybe even mentally repeating the sound of Om to help you connect. Om is the sound of creation. Okay, when you need to breathe, arms go wide, chin comes parallel, exhaling. Let the thumbs press into the mat, breathe in. And out, come back to the Ujjayi breath. So we start to even out the breath. Holding the breath creates a lot of pressure in the system, so we want to release that. Okay, so let's go ahead. Come over onto your hands and knees. Shoulders and wrists line up, knees and hips line up. Let's breathe in, lift the heart, lift the sits bones. And they're going to exhale, draw the chin into the chest, navel into the spine, sit back towards your sits bones, soft bend in the elbows, bow the head down to the mat. And they're going to inhale, come up to all fours again, lifting the heart, lifting the tailbone, and then exhaling, shifting back. This bowing down, bowing inward. Let's do this a couple more times. Eyes can be opened or closed. And just remembering to move as you breathe, so be guided by that pulse. Be guided by the breath. We really want to be guided by the flow of life and not continuously try to push against it, making our life more difficult and challenging. But part of our yoga practice is really learning to attune to that pulse and to surrender to it so that we can truly be guided by it. Last one. Okay, inhale, come up to all fours, curl your toes under, draw the navel in and shift back into downward facing dog, lifting the hips, narrowing through the waist. And we'll do this a few more times. So we'll inhale, come into our tabletop position. And then we're going to exhale, shift back, downward facing dog. And we allow the breath to carry us into the posture. So we're just not jumping in and completing the breath, but the body follows the full wave of the breath. Exhaling. So now it's going to take me the full exhale to arrive in downward facing dog. So there's no sense of rush or urgency as we practice. Actually, when we start to slow our practice down and really attune to Spanda, our practice becomes very powerful. So it's not about power yoga. It's about making my yoga powerful. Okay, stay here in downward facing dog and be as stable and steady as you can, breathing in and breathing out.
2 more breaths. Okay, so from here, we're going to take the right leg up behind you, just lifting from the inseam of the leg, so don't open the hip. And then exhale, draw the knee into the nose, and round the back, draw the forehead towards the knee. And I'm going to inhale, open it up, that expansion. And then exhale, draw the knee in, dome the back, and the contraction. Pulsing and opening up with the in-breath. And then exhaling and contracting with the out-breath. Hold here, breathe in, lift your heel a little bit higher to your bum. Next, inhale, set the foot between the hands, drop the back knee, low lunge, arms sweep up overhead. Now from here, take the arms wide into goalie arms. Keep the navel hugging in so you're not leaving your low back unsupported. Draw the elbows back a little bit more with an inhale, and as you exhale, bring the elbows in to touch, and even squeeze the elbows in so you start to feel this contraction of your pecs, your chest muscles. And then inhale, open up, maybe lift the chin. And then exhale, elbows come in, maybe bow the head down slightly. So breathing in and exhale. Let's do 2 more. Breathe in, open it up. And then exhaling. And this time, inhale, open it up. Exhale, sweep the arms back behind you. Plant the left hand on the inside of the foot. Revolve, side angle, straighten the back leg. Reach your fingertips to the sky. Okay, from here, we're going to roll to the outer edge of both feet. And as you do so, lower the left hip down to the floor. And the hand comes to the inseam of the leg. And I'm going to breathe in, sweep the arm up overhead, and bow the ribs. And then exhaling, dipping the hip down. Inhale, sweep up. And exhale. Last one. Now from here, go ahead and spin back to the ball of the back foot. Drop the back knee again. Sweep the arms to the sky. Lift the chin. Maybe hook the thumbs. And then exhale, hands come down. Step back to your downward facing dog. And then inhale, shift forward. You can come all the way down to your belly or bring your knees down first, then come down to your belly. Inhale, come to cobra pose. Shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale, unfold. We're going to even pulse here. So inhaling, rise up. And then exhale, bow it down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold down. Now curl your toes under, press to plank pose with the inhale or to your knees. And then push back with the exhale, downward facing dog. Pause here and breathe in. And breathe out. So when we slow down and stop rushing, we can more deeply connect. If we come to our yoga mats and we just want to plow through it like it's an exercise or a workout, then we miss the opportunity to really deeply connect. Left leg to the sky, inhale. And then exhale, draw the knee in, push the floor away. Expansion with the inhale. Contraction with the exhale. And the last one, inhale. And exhale, set the foot between the hands. Drop the back knee. Arms sweep up, inhale. And then exhale, open the arms wide with these goalie arms. And then breathe in, lift the heart, maybe lean back. And then exhale, pulse, navel hugs in, squeeze the arm bones together. And then inhale, open it up. So you can really feel the expansive quality when the arms go wide and this contraction of the arms and the chest when you bring them together. And then inhale. And even though we're using the body here, the goal of yoga is not the posture. It's just using the body and these postures as leverage to connect to something deeper. Inhale, arms go wide. And then exhale, sweep the arms down to the mat. Hand comes to the inside of the foot. Revolve, side angle, so straighten the back leg. Fingertips to the sky. Hold here, breathe in. And then as we exhale, roll the outer edges of the feet. Dip the hip down. Arm comes to the inseam of the back leg. And then inhale, sweep it up and over. Feeling the expansion between the ribs, and then exhaling, the little contraction in the upper rib cage. Breathing in and out. Do 2 more, breathing in and out. And then inhale, arm sweeps up overhead.
Drop the back knee, arms sweep up again overhead. Maybe hook the thumbs this time. Lean up and back. And then exhale, hands come down. We're gonna step back to your high plank. Pause here, breathe in. And then exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Cobra pose, 3 times. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, bow it down. Smooth breath in, takes a full inhale to arrive. And then a full exhale. Last one. Okay, either to your knees or all the way to plank. Breathe in, press up. Exhale, push back. Downward facing dog. Just pause here. No rush. We move so fast, it's really hard to feel into the subtleties. Okay, take the right leg to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, draw the knee in tight to the chest like we did before, but this time step the foot between the hands, drop the back heel. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Okay, so we're gonna pulse in this pose. We're gonna exhale, straighten the front leg, arms come down by your side. Now, when we bend the knee, make sure it doesn't go past the heel. So you go to bend the knee, arms go wide, look up towards the sky. And as you exhale, bring your right hand to your heart, left hand on top, straighten the front leg and just bow the head down just slightly. This bowing inward to the sacred pulse at the heart, okay? Because Spanda is that sacred vibration at the heart. So you're going to inhale, arms go wide. And then exhale, bow it inward. 3 more. And last one. Breathing in, arms go wide. Now we stay here and spin the palms to the sky. And the arms are wide like a funnel. And the gaze is up towards the heavens. At the same time, we're still drawing the belly in, so we're not arching the low back, but it's more this lifting up out of the waist. And there's an invitation of bringing in all that beauty and all of our blessings, because when we're really, truly connected with the pulse of life, then all those blessings are easier to perceive. 2 more breaths here. Now spin to the ball of the back foot. Hook your thumbs here and then lean up and back. Okay? Hold here. Slight bend in the back knee if you feel it in your low back. Now we're actually going to pulse in and out of our Revolve Crescent Toed Warrior. So as you exhale, palms will come together. Lightly tap your elbow to the outside of your knee. And then inhale, unwind. And then exhale. Now, can we stay connected to the pulse of life when things get challenging? That's the real test, right? Breathing in. And then we're going to exhale, come into it and hold. Hook the elbow outside the knee. Now, press the palms together, hug the navel in, and lift the heart towards the thumbs. Pause here, breathe in and out. Feeling the pulse of the breath, the pulse of the heart, the center of the sacred. Maybe even feel the pulse of your muscles, but that's okay. Just keep going more deeply inward. Move from the external to the internal. Okay, drop the back knee. Sweep the arms up to the sky. Maybe hook the thumbs. Lean back and open. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. And then exhale, hands come down to the mat. Step back to downward facing dog, pause. Okay, left leg to the sky, inhale. Exhale, set the foot between the hands, drop the back heel, rise up, warrior one. Okay, so same thing. You're gonna exhale, straighten the front leg. Arms come down by your side. Now we'll take the arms wide. When you breathe in, spread through the fingertips, lift the heart, lift the gaze. And then you exhale, right hand comes to the center of the chest, left hand on top, bow the head slightly. Breathing in and out. So we're bringing the hands to the spiritual heart, not the physical heart. Inhaling. And then see if you can gradually, incrementally, Refine the breath. Each breath in and out is an opportunity to refine that connection. Make the breath less tense or resistant, so become more open to that flow. And then arms stay wide here. Create that funnel. Gazes to the sky. Because our breath is really reflective of our mind, the state of our mind. And if the breath is tight or tense, we're contracting against that flow of prana. So we want to train ourselves to be able to breathe in more fully, let go more completely. Okay, spin to the ball, the back foot, hook the thumbs, lift up and back. Slight bend in that back knee so you don't overarch the low back. Next exhale, bring the hands together, tap the elbow to the outside of the knee. And then inhale, rise. And then exhale, tap. Inhale. And then exhale, tap. Oh, actually, we're going to hold this one. So lift the heart towards the thumbs and then pull the belly in and to the left. You can look down or you can look to the wall or up over your shoulder. I'm going to look down because it's hard to talk and do this at the same time. So we're going to keep staying here for 2 more breaths. And even though we feel a lot of sensation, it's again that movement from the outer to the internal, the inner from the gross to the subtle. And then drop the back knee, arms sweep up overhead, hook the thumb, lean back, breathe in. Fill yourself all the way up. And then exhale, hands come down to the mat, step back to downward facing dog. Pause here, breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, right leg back up to the sky, inhale. Exhale, draw it in tight to the chest, set the foot between the hands. Inhale. Back stroke the arms up to this warrior 2. Front heel lines with the back arch. Okay. So a little bit of a pulsing movement here as well. So we're going to breathe in, straighten the front leg, palms press above the head. Maybe you can take your gaze to the sky. And then exhale, bend the knee. 2 more like that. Just breathe in and breathe out. Just keep reaffirming your connection to the breath. And that reaffirms your connection to Spanda. Arm comes down to the thigh or fingertips to the inside of the foot. Back hand, palm is facing the sky. Breathe in, sweep the arm up overhead. And then exhale, hand comes to the hip. So we hold steady in our legs as we breathe in and sweep the arm up overhead. Feel the expansion in that left lung and then exhale. 2 more. Last one, we're going to inhale. Hold the arm up overhead. Just a couple breaths here, but really draw the front ribs in. Shoulders are stacking. And we're being as steady and stable in the posture as we can so we can start to feel the subtleties of the breath. And even though, again, there's this sensation here, there's something much more powerful underneath muscle and bone. Okay, sweep the hand to your hip. You can hold on to your hip if you like. Walk the back foot in, lift the leg. We're going to come into half moon. Hand can stay at the hip or take the fingers up to the sky. And this opening in all directions. You feel the crown of the head moving to the front of the mat, pushing through that back heel. This complete opening to all of life. Take a nice deep breath in. And then as you exhale, there's this contraction. We're going to bring the elbow and knees in. So the knee comes in to touch your right knee, left elbow to your left knee. And then we're going to inhale, open it back up to half moon. And then exhale. Everything must expand to contract, and everything needs to expand or contract to expand. Exhaling. The changes of the seasons is Spanda. The contractions of a mother in labor is Spanda. The opening and the closing of your eye is Spanda. The pulse of your heartbeat, your blood, your cells, your breath. Exhaling. Place the foot down on the floor. Inhale, chair pose. And then we're going to exhale. Take the elbow to the outside of your right knee and tap. And then inhale, come back to chair. And then exhale, tap. Last one, breathe in. And then we're gonna exhale, hook the elbow to the outside of the knee. Lift your heart to your thumbs. Sink your sits bones a little bit more. Keep drawing that left hip back so your knees aren't sliding apart. Pause here, breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, inhale, arms sweep up. Hook the thumbs maybe. And then press through the feet. Rise up, lean back. Just a little bit of an upper back bend. And then exhale. Bring the hands to the heart space. Pause here, breathe in. And breathe out. I am this pulsation of life. I am this pulsation of life. Okay, arms to the sky, inhale. And then exhale, fold. And we're gonna come up halfway, breathe in. And then exhale, step back to your high plank. Hold here, breathe in. And then exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, just one pulse here. Exhale, forehead comes down. Inhale, press up. Exhale, press back, down dog. Pause, breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, from here, left leg to the sky, inhale. Exhale, step it through. Backstroke the arms all the way up when you breathe in. Warrior two. Okay, so you get a different view this time. We're gonna breathe in, arms sweep up. Straighten the front leg, palms press. And then exhale, push like you're pushing through molasses. So the arms are strong. And then we're gonna inhale. And exhale. Just keep reconnecting to the breath. It's easy to lose the breath when we start to become tired or challenged. Then we're gonna exhale, come back to warrior two. But never lose sight of who you are. You are that pulse. Fingertips come down to the inside of the foot or elbow to the thigh. Breathe in, back arm sweeps up by the ear, bow the ribs. And then exhale, hand comes to the hip. Contraction of the upper rib cage. So when you breathe in, the expansion of the upper rib cage. Two more. No rush. At this point in the practice, we should be really warmed up so the breath becomes easier and more full, which means we actually have to slow down. Okay, hands come to the hip, push off the back foot, come into that half moon. Okay, so hands can stay at the hip or reach the fingertips up to the sky. Breathe in here and out. Just feeling it's completely open and receptive. You know, again, at the heart is the sacred vibration, or Spanda is the sacred vibration of the heart. So we feel into the heart and feel everything expanding from there. Take a deep breath in. And then we exhale, elbow comes in, knee comes in, they tap. And everything comes back to the heart. Everything moves from the heart, and everything comes back to the heart, exhaling. Let's do three more. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, last one. Breathe in. And then exhale. Plant the foot right next to your left. Inhale, chair pose. And then we're going to exhale. Take the elbow and tap lightly to the outside of your knee, left knee. Okay, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And then we're going to exhale. We're going to come in. Lift the heart towards the thumbs. You can look down or to the wall. You know, Spanda is that capacity, that pulse that really reminds us that, you know, we can move beyond what we thought was possible for ourselves, that we are meant to keep expanding and growing and evolving. Okay, inhale, arms sweep up overhead. Upper back bend. And then exhale, hands come to the heart space and pause here. Feel that pulse at the heart. Sacred pulse at the heart. Sacred pulse of the breath. A reminder that we're meant to evolve and grow. Limited perceptions. Okay, arms sweep to the sky. Inhale. And then we're going to exhale and fold. Come up halfway, breathe in. And simply step into downward facing dog this time. And pause here. And then come down onto the knees. You can cross the ankles and just roll over the shins and come to your seat, or any way that you can get to your seat that's more comfortable. Okay. So from here, we're going to float in Navasana. Oops, I got to move this little mic back. Okay. So here we are. We're going to do what I call jellyfish. So we're going to inhale. We're going to open it up. Legs go wide, arms go wide. And you're going to exhale, pull it in, squeeze the knees, shin bones in, pull the belly in, chest stays lifted, and then inhale, open, and exhale. So just, connect to your inner jellyfish, I guess. Exhale. And they're going to breathe in this pulsation here. Well, let's do 2 more. Why not? Exhale. If you need the hands behind the legs, you can always use that. And then we're going to exhale. And then sit, cross one ankle over the other. Okay? And then come to sit. Not too bad, right? Okay. Let's interlace the hands. We're going to push the palms away. And then hollow the belly out. Arms come by your ears. So similar to what we did in the very beginning. But as we inhale, we're going to rock forward. Come into Kali Mudra. So the 4-finger and thumbs press, the rest are interlaced. And then we exhale, we push away, bow the head. And then inhale. You can look up and then exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Let's do 2 more. Last one. And this next one, when you inhale, look up towards your fingers, stretch up out of the waist, and just cultivate that higher perception that, okay, I am meant to move beyond my circumstances, beyond my limiting beliefs, to be guided by the pulse of life, and knowing that there has to be contraction in order for there to be expansion. Okay, then exhale, arms come down by your side. Now I'm going to turn to face so you can see this a little bit better. Just cross one leg in front of the other. Okay, hands come to your knees. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, take your right hand behind you. Left hand comes to your knee. Breathe in, nice and tall. And then we're going to come into a twist. We're going to exhale just gently into the twist. We're not going to stay here long. We're actually going to pulse out of it. Breathe in, come out about halfway. And then exhale, come back in. Eyes can be open or closed for this. Inhaling, unwinding. Exhaling, coming into the twist. 2 more. Now this time when you come in, we're going to stay in. Lift the head right over the pelvis. Chin is slightly in, so you feel this lift in the base of the skull. So even though we're firmly rooted in our sits bones, there's this ascension of energy from our root to our crown. So we're not staying stagnant or stuck in these lower chakras, the density of our humanity, but we're rising up from that. So remember the yogi said that one of the greatest human errors is to stay stuck in the density of our humanity, that it's really meant about finding this ascension, to lean into the pulsation of consciousness. Okay, inhale, unwind, take a pause at center, breathing in and breathing out. Okay, go ahead and change the crossing of your legs, because chances are you always sit that way, and we don't like to get stuck in habits, right? Okay. Left hand comes behind you, right hand to your knee. Breathe in, lift tall. And then we're going to exhale, twist. Again, eyes open or closed. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, come into it. Sometimes closing the eyes helps us just feel into that pulse more, to get away from all of the outer distractions. 3 more. But eventually we do want to be able to have our eyes wide open and not be distracted by circumstance. And even though our eyes are open and we're taking in everything around us, we stay centered in that pulse. We stay connected to that pulse, always reminding us that things need to contract to expand, and that once they're expanded, they're going to contract and then come in and pause. Just feeling the wave of the breath moving through you, the creative life force moving in and out from you. Okay, inhale, unwind. Pause here, one cycle of breath. Okay, and then we're going to come on to your back. So let me spin this way. Okay. As you come onto your back, arms are going to be by your side. Okay, heels in line with your sit bones. So dynamic bridge pose. Breathe in, lift the hips, arms sweep up overhead. And exhale, hips come down, arms come down. Smooth breath in, just inhaling. Feeling the expansion at the heart. And as you exhale, there's a little bit of contraction around the navel. Just grounding us again. We can't stay in an expanded state. Eventually we have to get grounded again. Exhaling, coming down. Last two. Breathing in. And out. This time when you inhale and come up, stay up. Bring your arms down by your side, interlace the hands underneath you if possible. If not, just leave them parallel. And then we're going to breathe in and out. And awareness is going to stay right at the heart. I like to close my eyes for this one, so when I breathe in, I can really feel this enlivening quality at the heart. Remember, it's that sacred abode of the heart, where that pulse of Spanda really rests. Pulsation, the creation of life. Last breath in and out. Lower the hips down. Take the feet wide to the edges of the mat. Arms go wide like a T. Take a breath in and out again. And we're just going to rock the hips, just our knees side to side. And the gaze will turn in the opposite direction of the legs. So just like windshield wiper legs, pulsing back and forth. And if you feel like you want to stay in the twist for any length of time, you can drop the knees and pause here and just connect to the pulse of the breath. Just remembering to go to the other side as well. Okay, we're going to bring the knees back to center. Draw the knees into the chest. Breathe in here, and as you exhale, pull the knees into the chest. Curl up, bring your forehead towards the knees. If this bothers your neck, just leave your head on the floor. And then inhale, arms straighten. But don't let go of the shins. Head comes down, shoulders come down. Exhaling, curling up. Inhaling, opening. We'll do two more. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, open. And then this last one, you're going to exhale, pull in, stay here, and then inhale in this tight ball. And when you exhale, see if you can pull the legs even in tighter. And we'll do that two more times. So breathe in. Exhale, hug tighter. Last one. And then on the next inhale, arms go wide, legs go wide, heels go to the edges of your mat. Take up as much space as you need to. And if you feel like you need anything additional to get your neck and your spine feeling relaxed, the body feeling relaxed, warm, whatever you need to really drop in to Shavasana, to be still and comfortable. And as you lie here, take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale and release. Again, breathing in. The sense of releasing anything that impairs your ability to perceive your own divine creativity, pulsation, connection. And then relax the breath. And letting the breath come into this perfect rhythm for you that we've been consciously controlling the breath throughout this practice, but now we let go and surrender. Because that pulse of life, the pulse of Spanda, runs through us, and it has an intelligence all its own. And so it knows how to breathe us. So we don't have to do all the work all the time. It's a time for us to apply effort and action, and then there's a time for us to surrender and just relax into that flow. And allowing that flow to guide us deeper within. So just feeling the weight of the body on the earth. A sense of softening and releasing of the outer layers of the body. Releasing the layers of the mind. So that perhaps we can begin to perceive something beyond body and beyond mind. And just resting here, and I will let you know when it's time to come back. And just keep letting go, keep surrendering body and mind. rest and Shavasana, the better. So staying here as long as you need. But if you're ready, go ahead and deepen the breath. Coming back to that pulse. Inhale, exhale. And letting the breath move all the way down to your fingers and your toes. And then when you're ready, take the arms up overhead. You can stretch through the fingers, toes, full body. And then draw the knees into the chest. Rolling to your right side for a moment. And you can stay in this fetal position, again, as long as you need. There's no rush. If you're practicing at home, you have all the time you need. And then hand comes down to the floor, pushing yourself up. Let the eyes remain closed as you arrive back to your seat. And just keeping the awareness inward for a moment longer so you can see how you've arrived in this moment. And then let's take the right hand to the heart, left hand on top, bow the head down slightly. And just feeling the soft movement of the chest as you breathe in and out. Perhaps you can even feel the pulse of your heart. So whenever we're in doubt that we're actually connected to something greater beyond our bodies and our minds, all we have to do is place our hands upon our heart, close our eyes, and feel that pulse of breath. And gently remind ourselves that within us is that sacred pulse vibration of Spanda. It's within us, it's all around us. And that to also remember that when things are challenging, or it feels like life is contracting all around you, that in order for things to expand, they also have to contract. That Spanda is not just expansion, it's also contraction. And that when things are fully expanded, that eventually they're going to need to contract in order for us to continue to evolve and to grow and to move away from the density of humanity, the density of our past, the density of our limiting beliefs, and to move into an expansive state of body, of mind, of emotions, and a calling back to who we are. So let's go ahead and bring the hands together. Let's take the thumbs to the forehead and just mentally repeating, or even out loud, may we have right thoughts. To the lips, may we have right speech. To the heart, may we have right intentions. And to the belly, may we have right actions. Okay. Namaste, and have an amazing day. Again, my name is Lynsie, and if you want to have a meditation that really goes well with this practice, just look for either the Heart Kriya meditation or there's a couple of different ones on there, but the ones around the heart, this expansion around the heart. Okay. Until then, or until next time, take care and be well.